I really hate running, and my bad back really hates running too. So what do, I hear you asking? Well, I rollerblade, I say, at a substantial volume across the class. Now, what I intend to teach this class is that on rollerblades, you can have no fear and you cannot hurt yourself. Now, I did rollerblading, I did 3 years of inline hockey, 1 year of ice hockey, but I'm no Job Goran, who's the 3 times X Games inline park champion, but I know the basics, so I kind of want to give you guys 3 techniques that'll really help you, especially if you don't really know what you're doing. So, we're going to slide into this. Now, the 3 things that I would like to teach you are 3 techniques, and the first is going to be, it's going to be equipment maintenance. Our second technique is going to be body posture, and our third technique is going to be falling safely. Now, let's jump right into our first technique, and that is equipment maintenance. So, I've got a lot of my equipment right here. Unfortunately, I'm missing my knee pads, but we'll get to that later. So, for the first bit of maintenance, we want to look at our skates. Just making sure it's still there. Okay. So, basic maintenance. We're going to talk about laces. We're going to talk about your strap. You got 2 straps on this one. And I would really recommend that you go to rollerblade.com. Now these are from the same company, and they have a list of videos that discuss how you should take apart these wonderful pieces of equipment. Now, they're going to give you an Allen wrench, and that's that hexagonal L-shaped piece of metal. And you can use that to adjust these rivets in the wheels. Now, you might have a frame loose, so you're going to have to look. They're going to either be right up next to the wheels, or you're going to have to take your wheels out and go back behind them. They're right there, so I'm not going to do that right now. But Daniel Woodridge, he does some of the videos in this section for maintenance, and he gives you a very good idea of how to do wheel swaps. And that's another very important thing, because you don't want your wheels to go askew while riding. Now, that could just end in you dying. But when you want to change your wheels, you're going to take your wheels, set them like that, and it goes like this. So this one goes to the second of the right, the second goes to the third goes to the fourth, and the fourth goes to the bottom, and vice versa. I'm not going to do that. It takes too long. Now, once you have your equipment set up, we're going to have to talk about posture. Now, as you can see, this posture. As you can see, she has her knees bent and her back straight. Now, this is a full body exercise, but if you look in some, if you look online, you'll see there was in natureimmense.com, this writer, Damon, wrote about how if you want to ride in the street, you're going to have to be able to maneuver around obstacles like cars and bicycles, and also uneven pavement and pitfalls, unfortunately. So, you're going to need to maintain this posture, and when I say this posture, I'm talking about you're taking bent knees and your back is straight. Now, you have your skates on, and you might not be able to hold that. So a good tip that Damon brings up is that, and I didn't know this as a child, and I really wish I did, is you could jump into the grass and create enough friction where you won't roll, and you can become comfortable with wearing your skates. And that is something I really wish I was taught, because I've fallen too much as a child for that to be unbeknownst to me. Now that you know your posture and you know that this is going to keep you safe on the road, we're going to get to my third and final point, and that is falling safely. Now, this point mainly is about your equipment. Now, I keep some bone shields, very good. And with this equipment, you're going to need a sturdy, well-fitting helmet. You know, nothing too loose, nothing that's going to slip off when you're falling. Just nice and protective. I don't understand why people don't wear helmets as much. It's very necessary. So, with that, you're also going to need your elbow pads with matching knee pads. So, with our safety equipment, we can feel safer and not be scared of falling. And I say the knee pads because I don't have the knee pads. But you're also going to want to obtain some wrist guards. Now, these are very important because you don't want to get a skateboard fracture, which is fracturing of your radius and your ulna, and that is from falling hands first, wrist first, and it's nicknamed skateboarder because a lot of skateboarders get that. So, in conclusion, our first technique we learned was that we should maintain our equipment so that when we go out, we cannot fall, and our equipment will not fail us and cause us to fall on our ass. Second is our posture, and our posture is very important. This is a main thought you need to keep in mind. So if you would, and then our third is, falling safely, because when we go out, we don't want to have this fear of hurting ourselves. We want to practice and think about our posture and then know that we can fall safely. And now I want to see you guys out on the road in your skates instead of on the road and on your butt. Thank you very much.